Hello everybody and welcome to my channel, The Real Super Sam. Today is another Spider-Man the Animated Series review and I hope you enjoy. The title of this episode, Day of the Chameleon, mirrors the title of the first episode, Night of the Lizard. It is the first time we see Chameleon on the show and the first time we see S.H.I.E.L.D. For Chameleon, the image inducer the Chameleon uses was created specifically for Spider-Man the Animated Series. It is a cool gadget where he takes pictures of someone and can look like them. It makes a lot more sense his powers when he has this instead of just doing it all by hand. The story starts with S.H.I.E.L.D. chasing some man, later revealed to be Chameleon, and Spider-Man saving him from a helicopter crash. Mr. Jameson is having a big party for a peace treaty signing and Peter Parker is trying to convince Jameson to let him take pictures of it. JJ agrees, but then the taxi driver handcuffs them to the car and then they go to a place in the sky. We see that Peter and Jameson were taken to S.H.I.E.L.D. headquarters. Why? Because the Chameleon has been hired by terrorists to destroy the peace treaty, and that could mean war. Nick gives Jameson a pin to tap if any of his employees act weird. He has agents all over the Bugle. What was that about? National Security. Parker can't discuss it. At the end, Chameleon almost gets away, except the real Nick Fury exposes him. And also, the eye patch is on the wrong eye. Why? Because he copied the files from J. Jonah Jameson's book, and the Fury picture was wrong. Chameleon tries to escape, but his helicopter gets damaged, and he crashes in an explosion in the river. Man, this guy in crashing helicopters. At the end, we see Parker at the peace signing, but it's actually Chameleon, and there he is about to shoot them. But then Spider-Man comes in and takes him down, destroying his belt, causing him to turn into a bunch of different looks in a minute. I like that here. It's Spider-Man versus Peter Parker a bit. Man, does he yell and go at himself. Look at this crotch punch, and I think it is a really great way to end Season 1. A lot of the episodes this season had the story involve Peter Parker and Spider-Man's life colliding, and those are the best stories. That's how a lot of the 90s episodes were written. Maybe this is Spider-Man's way of being mad, super mad that the Peter Parker side of him, the one that has almost nothing, is about to be corrupted by the Chameleon. I used to not like this episode when I was a kid. Chameleon has never been that big of a Spider-Man rogue, but here he's the best he's ever been. What a great story and episode for the Chameleon to be introduced into the series with. They decided not to have Chameleon speak in his own voice because they couldn't imagine the Chameleon ever running the risk of using his real voice when he could possibly reveal his identity. It would be completely out of character for someone like him who made a profession out of always being somebody else. Also, they thought it would be more creepy if we never heard his voice, and it generally was. When Peter is hanging below the S.H.I.E.L.D. helicarrier, it's similar to Star Wars Episode 5 when Luke Skywalker hangs below Cloud City. There is even an antenna similar to the one Luke held onto. This was the first time they had a special guest appearing in an episode of Spider-Man the Animated Series. Later, they'll have Iron Man, Punisher, and Daredevil, and a few more like the X-Men. I think it made the episodes and the whole cartoon better. They were spaced out, and almost every time the guest hero had way less time on screen than the star Spider-Man. The jokes. The ones I remember most were Spider-Man was all like, "Whoa, nice haircut," to the Chameleon, or when Chameleon, as Nick Fury says, "My daddy always told me it was the early bird that catches the chameleon," or Spider-Man saying, "This guy's gonna ruin my lungs faster than a tailgating a Manhattan taxi." It's almost like a Sam Raimi Spider-Man movie with its goofiness. I miss this Nick Fury. He was a lot more friendly with the superheroes, and this one is a war hero. The first time Spidey shows up, Fury recognizes him and wonders why he's there. So he does keep track on superheroes, mostly Spider-Man it seems like here, and this is important to later episodes. Here's a weird shot for Fox Kids, is when Chameleon as Nick Fury reaches for a real looking gun. And also, the helicopter crash at the start of the episode was taken out after 9/11 when airing repeats. There was a part in the script where Peter made a deduction about some glass found on the ground. This scene ended up being cut from the script because someone thought that it made Peter look too much like a detective and less like a regular college student. Chameleon was rewritten a bit to be more like a terrorist, and he was one of the more daring villains of the series, which made him more dangerous. Him never talking in his normal voice was nice and different compared to people like Scorpion and Doc Ock. Also, the Chameleon and Craven the Hunter are not related here. They changed up Chameleon's history in this too. I'm giving it a 7 out of 10, though it was definitely supposed to be the finale of Season 1, and Chameleon was greatly improved. Every time I watch it, the episodes get better. I hate that the S.H.I.E.L.D. agents always attacked Spider-Man, though. It got kind of repetitive. So, there we go. I did it. I reviewed all of Spider-Man the Animated Series Season 1. Yeah, it was only 13 episodes, but each one was important to the show and to Spider-Man. Just from seeing the first season, it's a no-brainer that it is still one of the greatest Spider-Man pieces outside the comics. I'm going to review the whole series, but in Season 2, I will start to review episodes and wait until October 1st to do the Sinister Six or Insidious Six ones, for a good reason. Please tell me your thoughts of the season and episode down below. Bye guys, please like, comment, and subscribe, and have a good day. Ready to fight injustice like I'm fighting monsters. Life is black and blue, happy then it's sad. Just call it an adventure, then it ain't so bad. Together we touch the sky.